कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। At the outset, I have to clearly mention the ambience in which I am. It is referred to as the Omtara Kala Kutira. It is in the outskirts of the Rajdhani of Karnataka, which is Bangalore. The door that you see in my background invites us to enjoy the descriptions as given by our Purvacharyas for celestial weddings. Be it the wedding of Lakshmi with Narayana, of Padmavati with Srinivasa, of Sita with Rama, of Rukmini with Krishna, of Saraswati with Brahma, of Parvati with Shiva. These weddings, these Parinayam, Vivaham, Kalyanam, or Parinaya, Vivaha, Kalyana, describes the beauty of these celestial weddings. That said, you may be wondering, sir, this is a depiction of our architecture. It beautifully conveys the message of the celestial weddings. What has this got to do with the Yuddha Kandam of Ramayana? Yuddha Kandam talks about the war. You may wonder. Well, remember, the word Kalyana in Sanskritam doesn't denote only the marriage. It denotes something auspicious. Anything which is auspicious, anything which gives a good aura, anything which sends out a very positive vibration and a message is referred to as a Kalyana. So, while I am in the ambience of these celestial weddings or marriages, we are going to witness the marriage of the Jivatma with the Paramatma. And that is mentioned in the Vibhishana Sharanagati. Well, what made Vibhishana travel all the way from the country of Lanka, where all his property was, where all his real estate was, where all his relatives were, where his family was? Why did he have to relinquish all of this of Lanka and then come to Bharata Desham? What were the circumstances that led to Vibhishana travel to Bharata Desham? Well, it is a ₹1,000,000 question. Sir, isn't it a $1,000,000 question, you may ask? The rupee is gaining a lot of value, so trust me, so it could be a ₹1,000,000 question as well. That's it. In the Sabha Mantapam of Ravana, when Ravana raised this question that a Vanara from Bharata Desham has come, broken and given havoc to the entire country of Lanka, has gone back, has met up with Sita, what should we be doing now? Was his question. To which many of them tried boosting the morale of Ravana telling what you have done is right. Holding Sita back in our custody is right. That is when Vibhishana, the Dharmatma brother of Ravana, stood up and said, what you are doing is wrong. You will never be able to win over Rama because Rama has ably been able to conquer anger and lust while you have not been able to win over anger and lust. Kamo karishit, manyura karishit, we keep telling. I am not done. It is the lust which is done. It is the anger which is done. But Rama has been able to conquer while you have not been able to conquer Ravana. While this was said, Kumbhakarna too said, Ravana, you shouldn't be asking this question what I should be doing now. You should have asked this question at the start when you wanted to abduct Sita. And now, after every decision has been made and we are both to bear the brunt of your actions, now you have the audacity to ask this question. While that was said, Vibhishana too tried to strengthen his argument by telling that Sita's presence, her entry in Lanka has not been auspicious enough. While Ravana refused to listen to any of these suggestions, advice made by either his minister or by his own brothers, Indrajit, the very, very valorous son of Ravana, stood up and said, Kim namate tata kanishtavakyam anarthakam vai bahubhitavaccha asmin kule yopi bhavenna jataha sopi drisham naiva vadenna kuryat satvena viryena parakramena dhairyena shauryena cha tejasa cha ekakulesmin purusho vimuktaha Vibhishanastada kanishtayeshaha. My dear uncle, my dear father's dear brother Dharmatma Vibhishana, your words don't suggest good for my father. They rather lack the courage and the conviction that we Rakshasas must have. You have been wrongly advising my father. Rather, you should be telling, yes, Ravana, we will face whatever we can. Instead of that, you are dissuading us from doing the actions which are big, which befit the nature of the Rakshasas. That is when Vibhishana gave a smirk. He turned towards Indrajit and said, Indrajit, I do understand that you are a very powerful son of my dear brother Ravana. Your body has grown, your strength has grown, but I am quite sure that your knowledge is not ripe enough to even stand in this court and be giving suggestions. The words that you speak, the tone and tenor in your voice do not suggest that you are a mature enough person to sit in this council and give advice. Natata mantre tava nischito yaha asti balastvamadhyatvapi kva buddhihi tasmat vayapyatma vinashanaya vachorthahina bahu vipralaptam. Your words do not have the required depth that is expected of a person who is grown in stature like you. Your knowledge is not yet right. While Vibhishana tried to give this as a retort to Indrajit, Ravana stood up and said, I don't need enemies, anybody else coming from other countries, while I see an enemy for me in you, Vibhishana. Instead of giving me courage, instead of boasting my morale, you're talking about giving back Sita to Rama? And you're trying to reprimand my valorous son Indrajit? See, I'm just trying to go a bit tangential to what Valmiki has said in the Ramayana. When people in power get blind with rage, with greed, and they wish to promote their own children, their sons and daughters, This is what happens when advice comes from good quarters, from quarters that are rich with wisdom and viveka. You will never listen to such suggestions because you are blinded with the love for your own children. Here, Ravana was so fond of his son Indrajit that he couldn't take a criticism that was meant for his goodwill, for the goodwill of his own country. So, what we see in the Ramayana is no different from what we see today in the Kali Yuga. Nevertheless, when Ravana rebuked Vibhishana, Vibhishana told Ravana, "You are my eldest brother. I have to respect you. I am respecting you. I will continue to respect you. But one thing that I would like to tell my dear brother, you are not walking on the path of dharma. By having somebody else's wife in your custody, you are not doing justice to either the country where you are born nor to the woman who is somebody else's wife. Sattvam bhrantosi me rajan bruhimam yadyadichasi jeshto manyaha pitrisamo nacha dharma pathe sthitaha idam hi parusham vakyam nakshamam agrajasyate." But my dear brother Ravana, despite me giving such lectures on dharma, about advising you to give back somebody else's wife, you don't seem to listen. This is where I am reminded of what our Purvacharyas have said. Ravana asked, what have our Purvacharyas said? Parantakale hi gata yusho nara hitam na grinhanti suridbhiriritam. Our Purvacharyas have said, Ravana, that when a person's death hour is very close, even the best of words that is meant for that person's goodwill, told by one so very close kith and kin, will never reach their ears. You are on that death bed now. Very soon you will see the hour of death. Because of that, that karma is forcing you to not even listen to what I say. Forget about thinking what is good. You are not even thinking. That said, Vibhishana said, now that you are not listening to me, instead you are reprimanding me along with your son, I feel I shouldn't continue to stay in this piece of land, this geography, that doesn't fall on the path of dharma and that doesn't respect a woman. If I continue to stay in this geography called Lanka Ravana, I shall be a person joining hands with you in this adharma karya. I cannot continue in this region, Ravan. Saying this, Ityuktva parusham vakyam Ravanam Ravananujaha Ajagama muhurtena Yatra Ramasa Lakshmanaha. Thereby, after saying these words to his eldest brother Ravana, Vibhishana left Lanka. While leaving Lanka, did he call for some package services and say, pack all my possessions, shift all, I'll sell all my property in Lanka, convert this into the currency of Bharata Desham, get it transferred through one of the banks there, then I will take my entire family along in one of the good business class tickets available in the best of the airlines. Did he say this? Or did he leave things as is and went to Bharata Desham? Did Rama accept him? Many questions lying ahead of us. But in the next episode. Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a 2-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.